He is kind of Gandalf coded. Ow! Buddy.
Krypto! Oh my god.
This is like the most realistic dog shit I've ever seen. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Sean Tank Top, and I'm over here at Constant Tank Top. I'm hanging out with my very good friends, Dustin, Morgan, Drace over there at the Dojo. Drace, how you doing over there, Draces?
I'm too scared to fly. What's that song?
I have no idea.
Welcome to Morgan Sings reactions over here.
It's the Superman song. I'm scared
thinking
to
why.
fly.
Oh man.
There's the Superman Dead song that I remember from the 90s.
Oh my god, the Superman's Dead one.
Yeah. Here, we're talking about Superman because they dropped a sneak peek, an extended, like, I don't know if this is like a clip show or if it's a single scene or something like that. I know that, like, some people were pretty stoked about it. They dropped it at I think it was like at a con or a convention or something like that, like a day or two ago.
How was that? Yeah, one of those big.
It was either something or it was, I don't know, one of those like weird like investor weeks or whatever the fuck it was, or some shit. It's like I have no idea.
I like your impression of an investor.
That's why it's like, oh, we're an investor. You got money? Like it's like I got some money for you.
I got money. Look at me, I have money.
I figure we jump into it and see what the fuss is about, and we can talk about it afterwards. Sound good?
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, well, we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. Keep it over here if you guys want to watch anything. I mean, I still haven't seen Creature Commando. We're gonna try to figure out a way to like cover it maybe when season 2 runs around. Also, Peacemaker. We're gonna get into that. That's coming out at the end of the summer. Yeah. I think I gotta do my watch through and stuff. If you guys want to rewatch, because have you guys seen it?
I would love to. That bisexual
okay, I'm down.
king.
So I think we could. We got still a lot of DC kind of stuff kind of rolling through. So if you guys want to get all that, hit us with a like, and subscribe, ring the bell thingy, notifications all, please. And then if you guys want to get early and uncut access to all of that, you guys hit us up on our Patreon. Links at the top and comment in the description. Appreciate y'all for hanging. There you go.
I don't know how to guess.
Oh!
Oh, they're just.
Oh, I think we saw this
trailer.
Yeah.
Dude gets fucked up.
With Krypto comes out.
That means that we get Krypto. If we get an extended look at Krypto, I'll be fucking happy.
The suit looks good.
Yeah. We should get Richard Attenborough.
Oh, buddy.
I'm wondering what did this to him, man.
Right?
Well, it would have to be the green stuff.
A Superman that's vulnerable? Get the fuck out of
Where's
here.
Where's your pup? Get your pup.
He's like, oh, Christ. Right?
Apparently he does.
Puppy, here he comes. When I open a treat in the kitchen. Here comes Gandalf.
he is kind of Gandalf coded. Ow! Buddy.
Krypto! Oh my god. When you're hungover and your dog is like, get up.
This is so fun. This is like the most realistic dog shit I've ever seen. Like,
oh, he's helping. He's the best.
take me home.
No. Oh. That's where the treats live, Krypto.
The zoomies. He's got the zoomies.
He just is like, you've left me here for like 12 hours.
Right? Oh my god.
This is amazing.
I always found the Fortress of Solitude one of the more ridiculous things in DC.
Oh, sure.
Why?
I mean, like, the space stations, like, those are cool. Like, the Justice League headquarters, totally cool.
You guys
This is just his, like, Superman cave.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. Superman robot.
They got robots.
Kryptonian robots?
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. No consciousness whatsoever. Merely automatons here to serve.
That's me at Kohl's.
She's new.
He looked at me. fractured bones.
Damage to
Oh
bladder.
my! So he's getting his bones
Whoa.
broke.
Lungs.
With a healthy
Dang.
dose of yellow sun, we'll have you up and at 'em in no time.
Oh shit! Okay.
Level 4.
292 times Saharan Prime, please, one.
Saharan Prime. So the amount of sun that they got to give him, and that will just
Dang.
Yeah.
that's just how they heal him.
Tanning booth.
Gotta get a good face.
Ooh, and it hurts him to heal. Interesting.
Ah. Ooh.
We saw that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Bald guy.
Back. Oh, big kaiju. Hot girl again.
Yay, hot
Okay.
girl.
Crashmore.
Crashmore.
Broccoli head.
Broccoli cut.
Boom. Superman. Who's that awful siren though?
I know, right?
Who is she?
Oh, there's a Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna kill one of the robots to get at my heartstrings. I can already tell. Okay. Right on. So an extended Krypto look, which is something that I can totally fuck with.
I
Oh wow,
like
this is
it.
coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, July.
That
I mean,
looks
it's gonna be it's right on
good.
top of us. Yeah. It's gonna be summer before you know it.
No.
Oh, well that I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
makes me-
I adore how like just kind of just straight up zoomy dog coded that Krypto is.
Yeah.
Like he's just like when they show up because you guys have Shih Tzus, my parents have Shih Tzus and stuff like that, and like Luna's the young one, like Daisy. She's an old fucking Grammy right now, and so like, but like Luna's just like they just see you and they're just like,
Yup.
you know what I mean, like that type of shit. And that was just they just totally put all that stuff into it. That was very cute. That was very cute. That was very endearing. Some interesting stuff like broken bones.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm gonna guess.
I love it.
mean, no, but if there's a what is it? What is? Because I'm getting crypto in my brain. Krypton. What's the green shit?
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite,
If it's kryptonite involved, I think he can get
Sure.
fucked
Yeah.
up like that. But
Or other
But when he's-
Kryptonians can like
Yeah.
fuck him up,
Or just or other cosmic. That's the other angle that I think that is going to really fucking set apart the Gunn kind of take on this is like the kooky. It's what I think it's probably going to be is like this. I think there's going to be like the good, like the feel good kind of hopeful, like this is about being good and being kind and like all that stuff, and we could totally do for a little bit of that. I think like in the general ether out there, but like kind of like the straight man amongst a lot of kooky cosmic shit.
Yeah.
The guy who fights Brainiac, who's
Or
you know what I mean?
Lobo.
Who I think James Gunn shared. He goes like, I got this text the day that it was announced that I was taking over DC, and it was from Momoa, and it just said Lobo. Like,
Duh.
Yeah,
Come on.
literally all
He's
that-
like when you think of Lobo, who pops?
Right,
in
right,
your head?
100%.
That's like
so,
his guy.
Yeah.
Which
and so-
I mean, it's not that out of the realm of possibility, too. Like it's like we saw like Chris Evans swapped from character to character.
Who
so
was-
why not?
who was Miss?
Yeah, like I think the vulnerability, I think, is something that they're trying to highlight and get ahead of. Probably the discourse first, because I'm sure there's some Snyder Bros who are like, what a fucking bitch this Superman is, getting hurt and being like and sharing human qualities and shit. You know what I mean?
It's a choice to show him broken. Because remember, like everybody like clowning on the fight scene with Brandon Routh's Superman, where he's like. He was like weeping in the ground, like when like Kevin Spacey was like stomping on his face.
Like Piper, no.
Oh yeah, well yeah, like he stabbed him with kryptonite in the back.
Yeah,
or
and he's
something
just like in
that
a
or
puddle,
whatever.
just like a weeping little bitch.
Yeah.
And it was like Superman would never. Like
Right,
that was like
right.
But it's like I don't know. It's like actually, if you've been invulnerable 90% of the time, and it's like, yeah, when you do feel pain,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
would be crying like a little bitch.
And also Kevin Spacey, decent, good Lex Luthor, good evil crazy person,
great
evil
villain.
crazy rich
He's
person. You know what I mean?
He's
He
been
was
a
really
great
good at it.
heel,
Like-
but yeah, he was too method with it.
Yeah,
Just-
a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Him and Bryan Singer on a film set. Ooh.
Right?
Yeah,
Jesus.
crazy. I think that, but I think that one thing I will say about like that, the Superman Returns thing is that it was so, I think that there's going to be there's obviously a lot that they're trying to evoke about like the original, about like the Christopher Reeve cinematic kind of version of it. They're obviously, I mean, like the crystally kind of coming out of the ground stuff. That's all very, very Donner Superman era type shit. But then it's populated with these quirky little robots, which is very James Gunn.
Right.
And I think that there's going to be a nice like I think there's one thing that Gunn can do very well is counterbalancing stuff. Like he will have a vulnerable, like, you know, Superman who bitches out, you know what I mean? But then he will also be able to he's the guy who's jumping in front of the little girl with the stuff coming out and everything. And so I think that there's going to be a big wellspring of just a lot of stuff. I think that cinematically Superman has been kind of almost oppressively sort of like, obviously Christopher Reeves, like, you know, looms large, you know, and those movies are those movies, and they're very good for what they are and for the era that they came out in. And then, you know, the really super dour kind of Snyder kind of verse like take on it. And it's kind of, he's like bursting at the seams with like all of this different comic book shit to just get on screen. Like things that people don't even fucking associate with fucking Superman. You know what I mean? Like him,
I also
you know, like and that type of stuff.
I think it's a good property just because, like, with Gunn, it's like he can give him something where there's like a heart of like earnestness. Because he tends, like, when he's kind of like a little bit, when he's going off the rails, it's like too jokey or like, and it's like if you can anchor it with just a very earnest story and then you pepper in the funny shit. I think that's kind of where, like, that's a sweet spot of like his movies or his or anything that he works on. It's like, give me pull on my heartstrings, and then you can get away with some of the like jokey.
He excels at anti-heroes. You know, I think he, like, every character, he finds a way you make like characters likable. So it'll be really interesting to see how he handles a truly good character.
Or just iconic. Like people already have an idea in their mind about it. You know what I mean? And redefining it in some way, maybe. You know, I like where they're going with it, or where their mindset is at. Like even when it comes down to like people like, again, like these really mad guys, like just you know, just being like, he's got the fucking shorts on, bitch ass shorts. Why the fuck does he got fucking shorts on? And I'm just like, I don't know. It's just kind of the dude has been that way for about 80 years, like, or whatever. Like, and
it looks like his mom sewed them, or like at least sewed the originals. And I don't know. It looks like a costume that like it started in Kansas.
David Cornsweet had a good, because they were having this debate, and he came and this is like one factoid that I've kind of heard from some of the from some of the like interviews and stuff. He basically said, like, I think from a character perspective, he would kind of dress as kind of colorful and kind of as much like this as he could, because he doesn't want to scare kids. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, you know, cause he goes like, you show up doing the things that I'm doing in the scenarios that you're doing. Like, you want to be able, like, you know, an adult is, you know, obviously whatever, but like, you know, if I'm in that zone, like you want them to kind of gravitate towards you and like, and not be afraid. And I was just like, and I saw that, I was just like, oh my God, okay, cool. Like, and from a character perspective, you don't show up in like
tactical gear. You know, that's Batman. Batman's trying to be terrifying.
Right. Batman wants to scare kids.
Right.
Those little fuckers.
Yeah, like, dude, like Robert Pattinson shows up, was like, I'm here to help, and you're just like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
thank you.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, you can see why people reacted that way in the first half of that movie. But yeah, so I love the Krypto stuff. him just jumping on him and hitting him and hurting him more was great.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, like, yeah, I mean, there's a tone. I think I can kind of hear people be like, oh, it's too jokey, it's too whatever, and I'm like, well, it's James Gunn. It's fine. I mean, we've had kind of a serious. We've had like the sort of like the kind of like prim and proper, very classic one with Reeves. We had like the fucking, the dour edgelordy type one, and this one's just gonna kind of be like a more fun, effervescent one.
My ideal, because I never really was a Superman fan, but I fuck with the animated universe. So like,
Justice League Unlimited. Right?
Justice League, Superman, or even the old Superman cartoons. I was never that, but they would come on after Batman sometimes, so you'd
Superman
you watch
the animated
a little.
Series. Yeah.
And like, no, that was jokey all day because it's for kids, but it also had like a heart to it, or like a little bit of grounded seriousness sometimes, more in the Justice League side of it.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, I'm like anything that gets me closer to a live action animated universe.
I mean,
DC.
I think that's kind of just given the reverence that he has for animated properties and how much he consumes them and everything like that. And
I can't wait to see Miss Maisel, chew that shit up. Brosnahan.
But also, who is that office siren? Who's that blonde broad?
She's hot.
Who is that? That's a character from the comic.
Skirt?
Yeah, she's. I know exactly who you're talking about.
She's my Janine from Ghostbusters. You're like, oh.
I think that, like I kind of said before, I think that this movie is going to be bursting at the seams with stuff. Like having the veneer of some kind of classic Superman cinematic kind of like language and iconography and stuff, but I think it's going to be bursting at the seams with just like because I think that people have a very binary view of this character, and I think that and that's kind of in a weird way what makes James Gunn like so like kind of apt to do this, or the one that I think could do this, where it's like where it's like kind of like everybody has such a kind of like cauterized kind of vision of, Superman and Clark Kent and all that kind of stuff. It's almost as much of a blank slate as a property that nobody's ever heard before, like Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. I have a good feeling about this. I'd love to see some more Daily Planet stuff and some Luthor stuff, and then I'm 100% sold. But this looks fun. This looks cool. And again,
it's so intimidating to come into that role. I mean, think about in my lifetime, the people that have put on the tights are. You've got obviously you've got
Chris Reeves,
and then you've got Cavill, but you had Brendan Routh, and then you had Smallville, and you had Dean Cain, and what's hot.
There's Superman. There's Lois and Superman, and that guy. I think the opening. I have only seen the opening 5 minutes of that show, but they got a great. They kind of hit like a nice little mark.
There you go, friend.
Costume.
Thanks. My mom made it for me.
Yeah, right? Michael Rosenbaum, excellent Lex Luthor.
Well, no, and he has a podcast now because everybody has a podcast, but like he has a podcast, and Nicholas Hoult went on the pod.
Oh, cool.
And they're talking, and they're talking about it, and he was saying he was like you're one of my bigger references for where I'm gonna go with this, and I was like, because I thought that you did a great job and like and everything, and he was like cool, and I'm like, and again that's another because he was awesome. It's like you're right. I am the villain of this story. He did a great job with that shit. So I don't know. I mean, I think that everybody's really like. I think that there's something to be said for like you can kind of tell that everybody like really wants to do a good job. You know what I mean? Like, and it kind of feels, and that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this shit. So I don't know, looking very much forward to it. Figure out a way to kind of talk about this thing because this looks like it's going to be fun. So we appreciate you guys very much for hanging out with us. You guys want to get early and uncut access, hit us up on our Patreon. But if you can't do that, hit us with a like and subscribe. Ring the bell thingy, notifications for all, because that shit always helps. It never fucking hurts. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us, and we will check y'all later.